my name is Mary Lisa and this is The Girl Meets Yarn. So again, my name is Mary Lisa and I'm coming to you from Bentonville, Arkansas, and I have tried to record this video so many times, and this is probably the 8th time, and I said on the 7th I maybe put the rent here. So okay, so this is my take number 7. And I just recorded a video and I talked for 2 hours. I did talk for 2 hours and my camera stopped functioning 12 minutes in. And I was looking at myself in the computer, but I just didn't notice that it stopped recording, so I'm gonna try it again. This is the last time I'm gonna try it. This is the 7th time that I have tried to do this video, and I am going to post this video wherever it happened. But this is gonna be the one. Like, this is like for real, okay? This is for real. So who are you, Mary Lisa? Stop talking and tell me who are you. I'm 42 years old. I'm a mom of 2. I come to you from Bentonville, Arkansas, but if you have noticed, I have a very thick accent. So I am originally from San Juan, Puerto Rico, a place where nobody knits. I learned to knit 4 years ago. And I have been knitting happily for less than a year. Why I say happily? Because I really hated knitting when I started. I hated knitting. I hated knitting. It was just so stressful. It was just very I was such a tight knitter. It was so freaking tight that I couldn't my hands hurt. After a while my hands were hurting. They were so sore. I was such a tight knitter that it was not fun. Like, my hands hurt after doing a row. Like, my fingers were hurting. I couldn't get my needles in between. And I was an English knitter. Now, since then, I changed to continental. So why I say that I started liking it less than a year ago. So I went to a training. I'm a yoga teacher now. Again, if I haven't said that, I think I've said that 3 times. Anyway, so I went for a training in Ohio, and here comes this beautiful girl. And, you know, it was just kind of odd at first, but then we connected by knitting. She was like, I took my knitting out, and she was like, do you knit? And I was like, oh, yeah, I know how to knit. And then she's like, oh, let me see. And I was doing this hat. I remember, this is a classic cuff hat by Pearl Soho, and it's so tight, I just cannot even get it down my head. Anyway, this is how how a tight knitter it is. So this hat asked for a needle size here and a needle size for the ribbon, and I was so tight that it doesn't need a size down. It was just so bad. Anyway, so she was like, oh, let me show me. And I was like, and she's like, well, this is such a crappy, like, bad yarn. Like, you need to get better on yarn, and you need to like, I can even see the line where I kind of switch to continental. I can even spot it here. Like, I can see it up to here. I know you can see it, but it's just like hilarious. Anyway, she's like, oh, you need to learn how to knit continental. And she taught me how to knit continental, and my lab have never been the same. It's just so difficult. It's so, like, the difference is so amazing. Anyway, so why I love podcasts. I'm obsessed with podcasting. I'm obsessed with everybody. I want to do everybody's projects. I want to be your friend. I want to knit with you. I want to go to coffee with you, although I don't drink any coffee or tea. Don't expect me to be showing my tea because I don't drink any tea. And, well, I do tea, drink one tea, but it's just the same one. It's just positive energy, the tangerine one. Water it down, put some lemon. I'm obsessed. Anyway, so one day I was doing something, and they were like, turn one or make one left or something. And I look it on YouTube, and then YouTube gave me recommendations, and it was the Hey Sister podcast. Love that podcast. I was like, wait a minute. Hold on. These girls are young. They have a bunch of kids. Okay, so they make time for this, and they making awesome stuff, and they're cute, and they're young. And did I say they were young? Yeah. I was like, this is awesome. So I think I saw the number 20, but then I went into number 1, and I was just obsessed for a couple of days until I keep up, and then I went into the 19. Love the Hey Sister podcast. They got me into this, into all the sweaters and stuff. So it was very inspirational for me at the moment. That's exactly what I needed it, because I was. So I'm trying to, I have several goals for this year. I'm rambling here. It's okay. That's who I am. I'm trying not to filter myself. So this year I'm going to make a podcast, The Girl Meets Yarn. And I pledge to do a video every 2 weeks with whatever progress I have. Even if it's like no progress, that's progress. Okay, I'm going to make time to knit. Okay, I'm going to make time to knit every day. And I'm going to make time for other stuff too, because I noticed that I have sometimes sit down and it's been like 4 hours and my legs are numb, and it's just bad. And I don't use a watch that will tell me move, I want to make sure that I prepare my space for like my house, and I prepare space for my knitting, meaning to have a balance, right, in between my work, in between my house life, my house, keeping my house, and then my knitting. And then I used to notice that I was obsessing about knitting a lot, and I was like, I need to finish this out because I want to post about it, and that was giving me a lot of stress. I was noticing that this shoulder was up to here, and I have like no neck because I was just so stressed out trying to finish something, and I want to make sure that I just savor every knit, every purl. That makes sense? Okay, and then my purpose is to see my progress, and I want to connect with as many people as I can. My Ravelry name, it's mablu_123, and that's my Instagram as well. So go ahead and add me as your friends, because I have like one friend. I think I have 2 or 3, I don't know. Okay, so if I tell you that I have finished objects, you're gonna be like, it's the first episode, everything is gonna be a finished object. So what I want to do, and I'm going to show my swag here. What I want to do is to make sure that I show you stuff that I finished or completed in 2018, or I have one that I started in 2017, and then I finished in January. I finished like 2 weeks ago, and then I'm going to show you stuff that I started and finished in January 2018. So the first item I'm going to show you is this item. This one is the Canopy shawl by Melody Huffman, and she is the girl from Bee Mandarin. And I mean, like, seriously, this is the best thing I've ever knit. And I wanted something chunky, and it's not chunky, it's a sport weight yarn. I use the Blue Sky Alpaca in the sport weight, and it's the color 508. I'm reading 508, and it's kind of like a medium gray, and I'm in love. The only thing that I don't like about this shawl is nothing about the pattern. It's like after I finish and before I blocked it, I put it in a bag and I zip it through, and I ripped my entire edging. So I tried to, but I didn't have any left. I don't have any left to even show you of the yarn. So I was like freaking out, like, how this happened? Because I spent a week, I would say, from Tuesday to Tuesday making this one up, and I love it. Okay, so moving on. Try to be fast, because we have to cook. Sometimes my husband comes in and he's like, there's dinner. I'm like, where's the dinner? And I'm like, do you have to eat? Like, seriously? And this is the Quadri hat by Michelle Wang. And I love this. This is such a beautiful hat. It's just, you know, it's just so pretty. It's so pretty. This is, hold on, because I have a mess here. So this yarn is the Malabrigo worsted in the Applewood colorway. So I bought two. This is not like, yeah. I bought two. So with one, I made 1 3/4. So I made the one that I gave away, and then the second one, it went up to here. So I will say I took like 20, I can't even see the difference. I took like 20 yards away, and I have all this for making another one. And then the poofy, I bought a small one from the Burlap Kitchen on Etsy, and I bought the 4 inch, and I think it's everything, because it's just let me put it on. So it's not huge, but it's kind of like the right poof. Does that make sense? So it's like, yeah. And I have a small head, so, and sometimes when I have a coat, I want to have something that doesn't go super low or into my back. So you can see it goes up to here. So I love it. I love this hat so much. I highly recommend it. I think it's really pretty. It's really, it looks like it's really difficult to do, but I don't think it is. I don't know. I'm very good following instructions. Let's put it that way. Like, I don't have any problems looking down. I cannot, okay, I have my computer keyboard here. And I have tried so many times to type and like look to the side and look to my husband, like my kids and my husband does, right? They're like, yeah, what do you want? And I have to look down. I have to look that even though that I can do it, I have to look. So the same with knitting. I cannot knit and like watch TV. I have to look. So for me, following instruction is not a big deal. Anyway, super highly, it's so pretty. It's just so kind of like classic, but it's feminine. But what is this? Oh, it's it's the thing from the poofy. I need to make like a, I don't know, what if I want to wash it again? And because my hair stinks sometimes, because, you know, we use it as to hide the stink. So anyway, whatever, highly recommend it. Second one that I have done, and I have started and finished in January, is my Haboob hat by Caitlin Hunter. And I mean, I love it. So I bought this pattern a long time ago, and I tried to follow the short, and it was just not working for me. But then she released the written instructions, and yeah, Haboob by Caitlin Hunter, and I used the little halo here. Anyway, so I'm gonna show. I threw away for some reason what I had left, but I had a lot left, but I bought 2 of these. So this is the Madeline Touch in the Touch DK, and it has kind of like a rusty and turquoise color. And then I bought this Rowan Kid Silk, whatever, and it's a stripy one, so it has different colors. I think it ended up in the darker one, but when you combine them together, you make this, which is perfect for my navy blue coat and my jeans, because I love to use dark jeans. Anyway, so here we are, and I have to kind of like really adjust it. Okay, there we go. So stinking cute. And I bought this pattern with the little cabin pattern from her, which are both of them have bubbles on it, because I have a bubble sweater that I'm working on. Is a whip, but I'm not gonna show it because it's just cotton, and it's from We Are Knitters, and it's more like a spring kind of sweater, and I wanted something woolly, so I bought this pattern, and I said, okay, I'm gonna make this one first, and then I will make the sweater. But I hate bubbles now, like I hate bubbles. And I love the combination of the kit sale all the mohair with, can you see it, with the wool. It's just amazing. It's just like, I want to put mohair on my underwear. I want to put it everywhere, everywhere. It looks so beautiful. It just looks like chic, and you know. Anyway, really love this one. It has the graphic or the graph, and it has the written instructions. Really, there's nothing Caitlin Hunter that I don't like, but I need to move on, right? I cannot just knit her stuff. And then the last thing that I finished and I started in 2017, I started in November, end of November, is, and I have to weave some, and I have used this so many times, is the Untitled Chapter. So if you have not said, I have not said it, but this is the Untitled Chapter by Caitlin Hunter, and it's a hybrid between, yeah, you see, I use it like that, you know, no cares, no fucks given. I love color work, I have to say, because I don't care about instructions, and I did this part in, I will say, in 2 weeks. It took me 2 weeks, and then it took me 6 weeks to finish this ad, because number one is black or very dark. It's like a dark gray. It's black. Anyway, it took me forever because I couldn't see it after past 4 p.m. I couldn't see it. 7 inches of this ribbon is just so boring. Anyway, but I love the final product. I believe this is gonna be, I'm gonna use this forever and ever and ever. It's very warm, and I'm gonna tell you what kind of yarn I use. So I use the Juniper Moon alpaca one in the black Riverstone. This is, I will say, this is a DK weight. And then for some reason I have this Cascade 220. I don't know why I put this on. After the fact, I was like, this is kind of like a worsted. But it did work. I think it gave it a little bit of structure, I will say. It didn't make anything different. And I will say, this is the cream color. And then I use, as my yellow, I use the Rowan alpaca color in the topaz. And I love this color because this one kind of like more from a yellow to a mustardy. And it's just so pretty. This is my, I went have one more. And then the other one is the Mirasol Solcanina in the pearl. I think it is called. So this is my combination. And this is what I have left from everything that she asked for. I think she asked for, I bought 2 of these, and then I bought 2 of these, and 1 of these, and then I think it was 3 or 4 of these. So I can make probably like some mittens from this one, and then probably something with this one as well. I have a little bit of, but I think that combination is so pretty. It's just so pretty. It's everything and more. And I use these colors a lot in my wardrobe, so I think I will use them a lot. So there you go. So here, yeah, I'm really excited, and I am really proud of the outcome. I just really should have pushed myself to finish this sooner, because I think I will have been turned around. But this was when I was noticing that I was stressing out a lot. So I noticed that I was pushing a lot. So here we are. So this is like kind of like the worsted that I use, but it does, it's just, it's one of those things that I need to learn how to, right? Making mistakes. Okay, so those are my 4 finished objects, and I'm going to move into my whips. So I have a couple whips that I am not that many, I will say. I just have some that I have lost, I will say, the steam on them, but I have to go back into it. Ooh, sorry. So the first one that I have done is the Underwind Mittens by Erica Husser. And this is the first one. This is the, but I have not finished it up because I did, let me put them on. I did regular bind off, and I noticed there was a lot of give. So I need to undo it and do the stretchy bind off, but I really love this mittens. And I love the moon faces down here. If you do yoga, you will notice that we usually do a lot of moon salutations and sun salutations, so we always kind of gravitate around the moon. So that's why I did this one. So I love them. It's a short, really easy to follow. I made this one in a couple of days, and then I'm on the second one. But when I had this kind of issue, I just lost a little of the steam from it, and I need to go back into it because I'm gonna finish this so easy. So what did I use for this? These are the Juniper Moon. I love alpaca. I don't know why. Don't ask me. So I have the Bella Blanca, which is kind of like a whitish. Oh my. Sorry, I have a camera, but my camera, I videotaped this forever. It was like 2 hours, or I don't know. I talk and talk and talk and talk, and then it stopped recording halfway through. And then I have this one, which is the Monterey Bay. So anyway, I'm a little tired. I need to go do groceries here because people have to eat here, okay? I need to finish this up. So this is the first whip that I'm working on, and I hope to finish that out. Another whip that I'm going to show, but I have noticed that I'm a garment person. So this is the second one. These are the Clark socks by Jacqueline Salem, and I love this pattern, and I'm making this one in the primrose yarn in the flash dance, and I want to finish this out before the spring arrives because I think this is a very springy kind of palette. It just have a lot of like lilacs and that pastel, I would say greens and a little bit of pink. So, and I love this pattern. I have to say Jacqueline nailed it with it because it's very beautiful, and it has like a little one on the back as well, a little cable here, and a couple of cables in the front. But it's really easy to follow. It's really like, it's really okay. Here we go. So that's another one that I'm working on. And then from Espastico, you can tell I love their podcast, right? And I have been trying to do this one since pretty much the pattern came out I would say like a year and a half ago. I don't know how long. Since this is the first project that I wanted to do, and I'm going to tell you, right, you're like, stop talking and show us. So I wanted to do the Maju by Espastico, and I have worked on this or tried to get the right yarn for a while. So here I am. I'm in the first panel. So you make a panel that goes to the left, and then you make one that goes to the right. I think this is a free pattern. All of their patterns are free. And it's kind of like a swincho too. It's really pretty. I may post a picture of it because I don't have the handout. But this one, like in Melissa's fashion, you use 2 yarns. So this is the, hold on. This is the Debbie Bliss, and I don't know what color. And then this is the Rowan Kitzel Haze, and kind of like a lilac. And I combine these two, and I make this pretty, pretty, pretty color. And this is the pearl side. Let me show you the knit size. There you go. So you have a little bit of purple there, and you have a little bit of gray. So I love the fact that you can't, I love the fact that you can make a lot of new colors by combining mohair with some other yarn. So I have a very sick dog. We always go to the vet, sometimes twice a month, and every time I go, I take this out. I think the bed, every time it comes out, she's like, there she is, knitting the same shirt. Anyway, and I have it in this cute little, which I have to be very careful because, like I said, I ripped this one out. So that is it. And then my last one that I'm working on, and I am so freaking excited about this one. You have no idea. I have posted on my Instagram so many times. And I will post it so many more times. Like, I know a lot of people are like, you just post about your stupid knitting. And I'm like, well then, delete me. Okay, so this is the Meg by Junko Okamoto. Hold on. Okamoto. Yes. So I love this pattern. And it's made in the Malabrigo Rios in the color called Plomo. It's kind of like a grayish purpley color, and I loved it. The only thing that I will say, it's just one size fit all. So there's not like you have to be skinny, or it's just a very limiting for a lot of people. I'm not skinny. I have wide hips, so I'm a little worried that I'm gonna get down. Anyway, so I love this sweater. It's so easy to memorize and follow along. It's insane. So I'm right here. I need to make one more and I will be done, and then off to my sleeves. And this is a layering piece. I will say you have a lot of opening here. So you will need a cami, or she wears it with something like this underneath. And I'm obsessed with Junko. I think Junko is very trendy, very different aesthetic than ours in here. And that makes sense. Yeah, so it comes up, you make this side, and then you make this side, and then you go down. I will highly suggest, if you want a layering piece, maybe over a dress or something, look this one up. She is the bomb. And I have this progress keeper. I move this every Tuesday, so I need to move it down here. So this is the progress that I have done in a week. It's not a lot, but it's progress. And the yarn is here. I have gone through 2, and then this more, and I have 3 more. So I hope I can, yeah, and it's beautiful. I bought this one for that Caitlin Hunter bubbly ones. What is it called? I don't know. I don't remember. Anyway, the one with the bubbles. I will post it here. There you go. So this is the bag that I ripped my Canopy out. I know it's huge. I don't know why, but I had so many stuff in there. So there you go. There's my whips. And anything else? Yeah, I'm going to talk about my future knitting, my dream knitting, or what I have next is like line up. I always have something or 2 line up. So I am going to do the Twigs by Junko. And it's a very beautiful sweater, and the main color is gonna be this one, and this is from that Beiroa in the 478, and it's kind of like a very winey dark red, and it asks for 2 contrasting colors for the pattern, and I use this too. And I don't know if you have heard the story about this yarn, but the sheep that they made this yarn from is, there's not many out there in the world. And supposedly this blooms very beautiful after you wash it. It's a little bit rough, I will say, but it's very beautiful. And I have been to Portugal. I went to Portugal in October, and I saw the devastation. I drove from Lisbon to Oporto, and you can see, like, you could see to your right, and there will be like entire landscape will be completely burned out. Like we talk about the same thing that was happening in California. Same thing was happening in Portugal at the same time. And there's a bunch of goats and sheep that died. The entire things, they say more than 10,000, I think I read. So I love the yarn from the United States, and I try to support them a lot, but I want to support something else too. So I found this one, and it's really cheap. It's $12, and it's a single ply. I know it's a single ply, but it's really, you know, we need to support a little bit. We need to keep this craft going. We need to support people that are outside the United States. I'm not kidding. I saw the devastation, and it was we were crying because it was just like you can see the entire fields were completely dead. You know, it was completely gone. So I caked one out, and here's the cake, and it makes quite some. You know, it's kind of let me see. Hold on, is 250 meters, which would be like 273. I don't know, but it's 100 grams, and you need 450. So I got 5 of these, and then I got 1-on-1. So I'm going to make a Japanese design with some Portuguese yarn. You go, Mary Lisa, go worldwide. I'm not kidding. I went to Spain and I went to Portugal with my mother-in-law and my sister-in-law, and I bought some yarn from Spain, and the same thing is happening down there. You know, like people they just move to some other businesses because they cannot support their families because nobody's buying their yarn. So support yarn that is not just from the United States. Support it globally. We need more of these. We need more cheaps. I want a cheap. I want some goats down there in the back. I want some alpacas. They're super cute. Why not? Okay, so there we go. My dream knitting is this one, and then I'm gonna do the plume from Yunko as well, but that thing is gonna be more for my fall stuff because spring is around the corner, people. What's going on? So I have a couple of stuff that I have in I'm thinking about it, and I think I'm gonna do the Tegna. It's a fingering weight. It's a short crop. I may put a foot of hair. For spring, it will be super cute, and I have some yarn down here, and I'm gonna do the piece of silver. I have some yarn for that as well. That one is like a long sleeve, very pretty neck, and short, like a crop one. Beautiful for layering. Sometimes I love to wear dresses, but then I'm like, I don't want to do a cardigan. Why not a crop sweater and then just you do your dress, right? You can do whatever dress. And then the other one that I love is the White Horse by Caitlin Hunter. I love that one. I bought that one a long time ago, and it's time to do it. Spring is around the freaking corner, people. So thank you so much for watching. If you want to see more of stuff that different stuff that I have laying around, stay. If not, I will see you in 2 weeks. And I say stay because I do a lot of sewing. And I think, you know, there's a lot of patterns out there that are not just commercially, like Macol and Bow, that they need our support as well. And they're awesome. So, oh, hold on. So, piece of silver. There you go. So, very pretty. And I put my things in this stuff. The book, we're done. This is the mag. And then the little cabin. This is the one that I was thinking about. Little cabin. This one with the bubbles. Anyway, everything's on the floor. Who cleans? I don't know. Okay, so sewing. People, I found this pattern. It's called the Toaster Sweater by, I don't know. Hold on. Where is it at? Oh, it's here. Hold on. Yeah. So I found, it's not here. There it is. Okay, got it. Okay, so I found this sweater from Sue House 7. It's called the toaster sweater, and this is the sweater one. And you can buy the pack that brings both, and this is the sweater too. And I have to say, this being a lifesaver. And then the other pattern that I found, it's not new, is the Morgan jeans by Closet Case Patterns. And I lost steam on this one. So I started this one in November. And then I think she moved and I ordered the package, and I don't know, she was moving, and then Christmas hit and I was like not in the mood for it. But I am in love with the jeans. So I measure myself, and I'm usually a size 6, but here I was a size 10. Don't freak out if you are one size in a store and then a size in another. I used to work retail for many, many years. So I know that some people, whenever they see this number, they freak out. Just make sure that it fits well, and take your measurements and then go for it. This is kind of like a boyfriend jean. And again, you can see I love the dark jeans. With the swag will be really pretty. And I just have to finish my band and I will be done. So super nice instructions. I will have to say this pattern is amazing. She does a very good job with her instructions. She's very, you know, she's awesome. I think she's like one of the best indie pattern persons out there. Look into my wardrobe and see what do I need, because I buy patterns and then I'm like, you will never wear that, Mary Lisa, like seriously. But I'm trying to build my wardrobe up with knitting and sewing, and I'm not a crochet person. I know how to crochet very well, and I have done some sweaters, but I'm not a fan. Like if I can do knitting, I will do knitting. It just look more, I don't know, so much. I don't know. It's so pretty. Anyway, so that's all. I have looked into myself a lot. I'm sorry, I'm not being narcissistic here. It just the little hole from my iPhone is so small that it's easier to just look in here. Anyway, so I'll see you in 2 weeks. And I'm sorry. I am very nervous. I have tried to videotape this 7 times. This is my last one, or 8th. I don't know. I lost count. It's been a hassle, and I promise next time I'm gonna be able to use my camera. I don't know what happened. Anyway, so have a great rest of your week, and I will see you in 2 weeks.